Lee Jones is the amazing Howard Hughes tonight after Nightline.
Eyewitness News, the Chicago area's leading news, with John Drury, Marianne Childers, Tim Weigel, and Steve Deschler.
Good evening. Police in Wilmette tonight are hunting for the killer of a prominent plastic surgeon. It happened in the surgeon's office, a modern office complex. The doctor is shot and killed as he enters an examination room to meet with a new patient. Dr. Martin Sullivan, the chief of plastic surgery at Evanston Hospital, does not survive the attack. Our coverage tonight begins with Channel 7's Charles Thomas and the hunt for the killer. Charles?
John, a few minutes ago, in the past hour, that is, Wilmette police finished a briefing on this very bizarre case, and at this point they have few clues on why anyone would want to kill plastic surgeon Dr. Martin Sullivan. Now, earlier tonight at the crime scene, investigators studied tire tracks believed to have been left by the suspect's car. The older blue or gray Volkswagen Beetle was parked during the shooting on a lot owned by an auto repair shop next door.
And yeah, it was called the blue Volkswagen was the box, like the blue Volkswagen Beetles.
How long was it there?
About 20 minutes, half hour at most.
The killer, depicted in this composite sketch, made a 2:45 appointment with Dr. Sullivan under the name John Rothman. Staff members said the man had never been seen or treated at the office before. A few minutes past 3, Dr. Sullivan entered the examination room where the patient was waiting.
Shortly thereafter, the staff heard gunshots, and the man ran from the offices.
Members described the suspect as a white male in his 50s, of thin build and medium height, with light brown hair and possibly balding. He had a gray shirt and bow tie. Police, the getaway car is an older blue or gray Volkswagen Beetle, last seen headed north. Police would not say how long in advance the patient, John Rothman, had made the appointment, but they suspect the killing was planned well in advance.
One theory might be that the individual made the appointment for the express and sole purpose of confronting the victim. That is certainly not the only theory that we're investigating.
Now, Dr. Sullivan's patient roster is under review, and investigators are also checking the doctor's activities of late to determine a possible motive in this very strange case. They hope the public will help. The Wilmette police have issued a phone number that people can call if they have any information about Dr. Rothman's activities or this suspect that they're currently seeking. That number is 708-256-1200. The number again, 708-256-1200. Reporting live from Wilmette, Charles Thomas, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Marianne?
Thank you, Charles. Channel 7's Harry Porterfield is at Evanston Hospital now, where he's been learning more about Dr. Sullivan's life. Harry?
Well, Marianne, the impact of Dr. Sullivan's death is being felt in a very emotional way here at Evanston Hospital. He was known by virtually everyone here because he had been a hospital staff member for more than 32 years.
Martin Russell Sullivan, M.D., was nationally recognized in his field. In 1978, he and his vintage Lincoln were profiled in Forbes magazine. He was the father of 8, 7 daughters, 1 a physician, and a son. He was a staff member not only at Evanston Hospital, but at Resurrection Hospital as well. An assistant professor of surgery at Northwestern Medical School, he was first a dentist who switched to plastic surgery because of the facial and neck trauma he saw. This is emergency room physician Dr. Joseph Minton.
I was shocked. I was also shocked to find out that there really wasn't any idea who had done this, and it's a great loss to the hospital staff and to the community.
This afternoon, Dr. Robert Anderson, chairman of the Department of Surgery at Evanston Hospital, issued this statement, quote, "Our hearts go out to his family. He was a fine man, a highly respected member of our medical staff. His death is a great loss to all his patients, and he will be missed by all who knew him." End of quote.
And Dr. Sullivan, we understand, did a good deal of charity work along with his practice. Live at Evanston Hospital in Evanston, Harry Porterfield, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Back to you, Marianne.
Thank you, Harry. There's been an unusual increase in violence against medical personnel in recent days. In Tulare, California, for example, a patient shot a doctor to death on July the 28th, then drove to another office where he killed a physician's assistant and wounded a nurse's aide. Just a few days earlier in Detroit, a woman shot and wounded 2 hospital workers. John.
Well, Marianne, our summer of violence tonight claims another victim. A 9-year-old boy is dead after being shot by his 13-year-old cousin. It happened in the 6800 block of South Perry. Police say the shooting was an accident. No charges have been filed. A scene of devastation tonight in Petersburg, Virginia, after a twister roared through town. It struck with deadly force and with little warning. First, it swept through a shopping center, tearing off the roof of a Walmart store. Tonight, they're still sifting through debris, looking for more victims. The tornado struck Petersburg just after noon in an area where tornadoes are rare. Here's the latest. 3 people are confirmed dead, and 2 others are still missing in the rubble of the Walmart. As many as 149 people are now being treated for injuries suffered during the storm. Many in the shopping center were caught by surprise when the twister struck. The National Weather Service issued a tornado warning minutes after the Walmart was hit. Mike Johnson was driving into the parking lot and saw what happened.
Yes, and in and around the shopping center, people are...
Everything started collapsing in. So we ran over there. We seen all the buildings crashing together like dominoes. I dug out 3 people that were deceased.
It came up on us so fast, I mean, you could actually feel your ears wanting to pop.
The twister also blew over 4 trucks on a nearby highway, and a 5th truck slammed into the others, injuring 5 people. Historic Old Town Petersburg was also devastated. The town had withstood the carnage of Union bombardments in 1864, but this time the ruin came from angry skies. Damage in the Petersburg area is estimated at $10 million. Marianne?
Tonight, John, the showdown vote has come, and President Clinton's deficit reduction plan has been approved by Congress. The bill to reduce the national deficit by $496 billion got the green light from the Senate just about an hour ago. Vice President Al Gore was called upon to make that final push. A deadlocked 50-50 vote forced him to cast the tie-breaking vote. The final tally, 51 for, 50 against, with Mr. Gore tipping the scales. This deal calls for a hefty tax hike for the rich and higher gasoline taxes for everyone.
Our heritage of investment in our people and our economy had been gradually forsaken, and the people of our nation questioned whether anyone here in this city would take responsibility for our future, change the direction of our country, and ensure a better life for them and their children. After a long season of denial and drift and decline, we are seizing control of our economic destiny. To be sure, as I have said repeatedly, this is just the beginning, just the first step in our attempts to assert control over our financial affairs, to invest in our future, and to grow our economy, to deal with the health care problems, the welfare reform problems, the problems of crime in the streets, and the other things that deal with the daily fabric of life for our people. But make no mistake about it, this is a very, very important beginning.
President Clinton commenting tonight on the victory. We joined his remarks in progress. Tonight, we should mention Republicans say this bill is not going to work because the tax hikes will hurt the economy, and they say the spending cuts will never materialize.
Well, Channel 7 News has learned that while Congressman Daniel Rostenkowski was maneuvering the president's deficit plan through the House this week, the grand jury investigating Rostenkowski heard testimony from a Chicago witness familiar with the congressman's automobile leasing arrangements. And the Wilmette man verifies that prosecutors are now definitely looking beyond the House Post Office in their investigation of the powerful Illinois congressman.
Well, I was just subpoenaed. I flew to Washington on Monday. I was in front of a grand jury on Tuesday, and I flew back Tuesday afternoon.
Kevin Sturritz says he was surprised last Friday when he received this subpoena requiring him to appear before a D.C. grand jury. He's familiar with reports that Rostenkowski used $73,000 in office expenses, taxpayers' dollars, to buy rather than lease cars from this car dealer in Wilmette. Sturritz was the leasing manager here for 6 months, ending in February of this year. Congressmen can legally spend tax dollars to lease autos in their districts, but in Rostenkowski's case, title for all 3 cars ended up in the congressman's name, giving the appearance that he purchased the cars with tax dollars. Prosecutors who footed the bill for Sturritz's trip to D.C. asked him to review the leasing arrangements with Rostenkowski and confirm that there was no obvious evidence that the autos had been leased. That's just what he did.
I reviewed the files, and that's basically all I did on Monday. These are the files
relating to Mr. Rostenkowski's automobiles and the leasing arrangements he had?
That's correct.
I have committed no crime and have engaged in no illegal or unethical conduct.
Rostenkowski has denied any wrongdoing ever since House Postmaster Robert Rota pleaded guilty to an embezzlement scheme that appeared to include the Northwest Side congressman. Tonight, it's clear that prosecutors are looking beyond the House Post Office to Chicago for more wrongdoing. A spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington told us tonight they couldn't discuss Sturrich's appearance before the grand jury because such proceedings are secret.
And coming up on Eyewitness News, Mike Tyson is angry. Find out why the former champ is doing a slow burn behind bars. Also, a baby who's warming the hearts of Chicagoans. We'll have the latest on the search for her parents.
Plus, big checks for Wisconsin's big Powerball lottery winners. And later, celebrating 7 decades of Lou Mitchell's, James Ward takes us to the world-class coffee shop.
And after spending the last several days in the 70s, there's some 80s in your future. We'll give you the complete weather forecast for the weekend in several minutes. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
For the price of basic transportation, the Mitsubishi Eclipse will take you way beyond basic. Now, for as little as $169 a month and $700 down, you too can drive away in a new Eclipse.
Escape basic transportation. Test drive an Eclipse at your neighborhood Mitsubishi Motors dealer.
It's never been your style to live like anyone else, so why start now? The American Dimensions collection from Ethan Allen. Eclectic and most agreeably priced. For people who really love to live at home. Come in now during our summer sale.
Nobody does it like you, the way that you do. Nobody's got the power to please me. Nobody does it like you, puts it all together better to make it easy. Nobody does it like you, Hoover. Nobody does it like you.
With plenty of towing power and all its hard-working standard features, a new GMC Sierra can really cut down your workload without taking a bite out of your budget. Got a few things to carry around? With V6 power and plenty of payload, a new GMC Sonoma at a price like this could really help.
It's a decision made in court, not in the ring, and boxer Mike Tyson has lost the round. An Indiana appeals court has upheld Tyson's rape conviction, a decision that has reportedly angered the former heavyweight champ. But attorneys for Desiree Washington, the beauty contestant he was convicted of raping, say she's pleased by the ruling. Tyson is serving a 6-year prison sentence at the Indiana Youth Center. His attorney calls the ruling a grave injustice and says it will be appealed to the Indiana Supreme Court. John?
Well, in Chicago, police are trying to find the parents of the abandoned baby who has touched the city's heart.
She's absolutely spotless. Her skin, look at the size of these legs.
Nurses call her Patrice, and they say that she is a very healthy, smart, and social baby who obviously has been well loved by someone. But who that someone is remains a mystery. An unidentified man left the baby girl at this bus stop. His only explanation made to a woman waiting for a bus was that he was tired of looking for the baby's mother. Marianne?
Well, John, tonight the parents of the Lakeburg conjoined twins and the doctors at Loyola Medical Center have agreed to try for a miracle. The doctors, speaking publicly for the first time about the twins, say there's virtually no hope either can survive separation surgery. But the parents want to try, despite being told their twin shared heart is too severely deformed to be repaired successfully.
We feel this heart is so complex that I'll be very honest with you. We recommended to the family that we would suggest that we would not we would suggest discontinuing life support and giving them humane care, feeding them, keeping them warm.
We were told either answer wouldn't be wrong. It's like people win the lottery every week. Why can't we win on life and defy the odds?
It's not known yet where or when surgery will be performed.
Well, in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, the Powerball winners today returned to the store that changed their lives. Les Robbins and his fiancée, Colleen DeVries, officially collected their first lottery check today, and they spoke to a crowd of friends and well-wishers in front of the food store where they bought the $111 million winning ticket.
Certainly it's a mixed blessing, but how do you complain about winning $111 million? No, we'll deal with it.
Everyone at work who knows me knows, you know, how I feel about this, and everyone's just been real warm and you know, kind and very patient.
Robbins and DeVries plan to continue working in their present jobs. He's a teacher, she's a nurse. Hope that continues.
You're right. Well, coming up on Eyewitness News, it's a restaurant that dates back to the Capone era. James Ward tells us the key to Lou Mitchell's success.
Also, the public's never seen this royal treasure before. Tonight, a peek inside. Buckingham Palace, still ahead.
Some people just know how to fly.
The people who made Northwest Airlines the on-time leader for 3 years in a row, who made World Perks the highest-rated frequent flyer program, and with global partner KLM are finding new ways to better serve customers in over 300 cities worldwide. The same people who are now employee owners of Northwest. Thank you for your business and proudly welcome you aboard.
Some people just know how to fly.
We're serving summer savings at Jewel. Start with a cool value on a sizzling side dish, or Ida crinkles or golden French fries. 2 packages are $3. Scoop up sealed test frozen yogurt or ice cream, just $2.99 a half gallon. And take your pick of Keebler Grahams or Club Crackers, both on sale for $1.99 a package. For a serving of summer savings.
10. That's just the beginning of Carpetland USA's great 10-10-10 carpet sale. Through Saturday, buy up to $5,000 worth of carpet, rugs, wood or vinyl floors and pay just $10 down, $10 a month for 10 months, interest-free. That's right, $10 a month, interest-free for 10 months. Choose from hundreds of floors, up to $5,000 worth, and pay just $10 down, $10 a month for 10 months, interest-free. 10. It's Carpetland's great 10-10-10 carpet sale. Through Saturday, we've got your number. Hurry.
The news about Dodge Intrepid hasn't made Ford and Toyota very happy. After all, its revolutionary cab-forward design means Intrepid has more passenger room than Taurus or Camry. Plus, Intrepid offers safety features they don't give you, like both driver and passenger side airbags standard, or an available integrated child safety seat. So when the press started calling Intrepid names, you'd think Ford and Toyota would be overjoyed. They weren't. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
Tonight, food critic James Ward has a surprise for us as he salutes the quintessential Chicago restaurant on its 70th anniversary. Jim?
John and Marianne, the quintessential Chicago restaurant, the most popular? Well, it ain't a fancy place, trattoria, bistro, or even a beer stube. No, what makes Chicago tick around the clock is the coffee shop, and the best of the brew for 70 years is Lou Mitchell's, of course.
To say the least, a lot has changed since 1923 when Big Bill was mayor and Al Capone the boss. But a few things that change remain the same, like Lou Mitchell's. Today there's a sidewalk cafe and a big Sunday brunch for a new generation. And as always, for everyone, Dr. Lawyer, cop or cabbie, there's a warm welcome.
When you come in, they really try to accommodate you. It's wonderful.
I love the food, I love the people, and the coffee's great. But the people are wonderful, and the food is delicious. I love it.
Almost everything is made on premise. The baked goods are fresh, orange juice hand squeezed, coffee just ground, and the omelets and waffles and lunchtime favorites are as famous as the milk duds that Lou Mitchell still hands out. If there's anyone who personifies the spirit of Chicago hospitality, it's Lou Mitchell, and he's been doing it for 70 years.
I just can't stop working. I come here as often as I can.
I'm 84 years old right now, but it's been a very beautiful dream. Almost as well known as Lou is his nephew, Nick Noble, who also grew up in the business.
Washing dishes, bussing tables, and owner. Everything that a restaurant man has to do.
Last December, Lou and Nick sold the restaurant to cousins John and Catherine Rentis, so it's still in the family. Are there any changes ahead?
Not really. Changes are, you don't change something that's wonderful and successful. You just keep adding and growing.
But everything else will remain the same for customers new or old.
The reason I come here is because I always feel welcome. I feel good. It makes my day. The food is terrific, but the personalities and the way you're treated is the best.
Lou Mitchell's is at 563 West Jackson. Call 939-3111 for information on Chicago's first and foremost world-famous coffee shop.
Now, it's almost impossible to rate a 70-year-old legendary Chicago restaurant, but I know how I feel about it. And I have a summer cold, and I apologize. And ciao, ciao for now, John and Marianne.
A 10 for bread and a 10 for circuses.
Sure, why not? Head the bump.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Well, tonight the lines are already formed for a look at British royalty that few people have ever seen. Buckingham Palace will open to tourists for the first time tomorrow. The Queen and her family are on vacation for 2 months. And during that time, some 400,000 people will tour 18 rooms and halls, all for just $12. Inside, they'll see some of the world's finest examples of antique furniture and 19th century architecture and decor.
Well, coming up in Eyewitness News, they're definitely not pets. We'll show you one place where people are going batty.
And later in sports, we find out if our White Sox had hot bats tonight in their showdown with the Angels.
Hello, I'm Bob McKay, Vice President of Leonard Cadillac in Mount Prospect. You ever tried to make any sense out of all the asterisks in an auto?
But you've got to hurry. See your local Ford dealer today.
What's the hottest shopping news this week in Chicagoland? Serta Saver stores.
These savings are fantastic.
Come inside the Serta Saver Circular. It's like shopping the store with more variety, values, and special savings.
Look, here in frozen foods, Breyer's ice cream, $1.99. In grocery, high-dry paper towels, 39 cents. In meats, Eckrich Fresh or smoked sausage, $1.49.
After shopping this week's Serta Saver Circular, you'll want to shop the entire store.
You always get more at a Serta Saver store because we work for you.
Well, tell us about the White Sox, Mark.
Let's hope it's just a momentary lapse. People are getting pennant fever in Chicago, and we'd hate to disappoint all the baseball fans. All of a sudden, though, it looks like the White Sox may have found a hole in their starting rotation. Wilson Alvarez has been missing in action since the All-Star break. He was wild again tonight in losing to the California Angels 7-3. Alvarez gave up 4 runs in just over 3 innings of work. Eduardo Perez with a 2-run single here, and the Angels are on their way to building a 6-0 lead. The Sox, though, finally got to Chuck Finley with 3 runs in the 7th. Steve Sachs delivers his 3rd straight hit of the game. Bo Jackson scores, and it looks like we could have quite a finish. But California came right back against Don Paul. Stan Javier bounces one through the infield. Gary DiSarcina scores. And the Sox' big homestand gets off to a bad start, 7-3 the final. Kansas City, though, will stay 4.5 games back if they lose to Oakland, but Texas now just 3.5 out after beating Seattle. The Blue Jays and Brewers are in extra innings. Boston and the Yankees, though, will not pick up any ground on Toronto. Baltimore could close within 2 games if Toronto loses. The Cubs are in St. Louis tonight, and their starter, Jose Guzman, was also wild. He loaded the bases with walks in the 1st inning, but only gave up 1 run when Derek May guns down Greg Jeffries from scoring a 2nd run at the plate. Sammy Sosa homered in the 2nd to tie it 1-1. Todd Zeile hit a 2-run shot in the 3rd, but then Sosa right here with his 2nd home run of the night, a 2-run homer to tie the game at 3. The Cubs trailed 4-3 going into the 9th against old friend Lee Smith. But rookie Kevin Roberson unloaded a 2-run homer to dead center, his 6th of the year. Rick Wilkins followed with another homer. It's now 6-4 Cubs. They're still playing in the 9th inning. The Cubs got some bad news before the game when pitchers Bob Scanlon and Sean Bosky were suspended for their roles in that wild Pittsburgh series. Scanlon, along with Pittsburgh's Blas Minor and Alberto Martin, will have to take a week off for their part in Monday's brawl, while Bosky got a 3-game suspension for throwing at a hitter on Wednesday. All 4 players are appealing that ruling. Former Bears general manager Jim Finks is in the intensive care unit of a New Orleans hospital tonight. No other information is being released, but Finks has been undergoing intense radiation and chemotherapy treatment in his battle against lung cancer. A number of injured Bear players will miss Sunday's preseason opener at Philadelphia, which you can see right here on Channel 7. Free agent cornerback Anthony Blaylock is out with a bad hamstring. Same story for the guy Blaylock is supposed to replace, Lemuel Stinson, who was injured Wednesday. Neil Anderson has been sidelined since the first week of training camp with a hamstring problem, and he knows it doesn't make any sense to try to rush back from the injury and miss time later.
My main concern is I want to make sure that it's healthy. I don't want to come back, be healthy for a week, then miss a week, and healthy for a week and miss a week, and start that trend. I want to let it heal, and then I can play 16 games.
This morning at the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago, Bulls players John Paxson and Scott Williams held a kids clinic. They both say this is the fun part of being world champs.
This is the part where you get to give back to the kids that, you know, supported you, that cheered you, that are out wearing your T-shirts and baseball caps and all that kind of stuff. And to see their excitement on their faces, just to see, you know, the players is rewarding in itself.
I got my two boys, too, so I think anytime they can see me doing something like this, it might have an effect on them.
And you know, his kids, along with everybody else, still ask about the shots.
Tell you what, you can ask me that for the rest of my life. I don't mind answering about it. It's still pretty amazing to me.
And John's sons have the same haircut he wore at Notre Dame. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, John has always had pretty much the same haircut, but it's funny, when you got your boys there, you got to make sure they have the short
sure
hair.
do. Well, that's our report. I'm John Drury.
I'm Marianne Childers. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. Good night.
The Bears battle the Philadelphia Eagles, and we bring it to you live. See it on 7 Sunday night at 7.
Richard Schickel of Time magazine says The Fugitive is a first-rate thriller. It's fast and furious, raves David Anson of Newsweek. Starts at a gallop and never stops to catch its breath. Harrison Ford is The Fugitive, rated PG-13. Now playing at a theater near you.
Attention, past, present, and future Harlem Furniture customers.
Now through Monday at 9.
You can achieve the ultimate savings.
On the ultimate selections.
During Harlem Furniture's
Ultimate Furniture Sale.
Now through Monday.
Save 30%.
40%.
Up to 52%.
Every style.
Every piece of furniture.
In every department.
In every Harlem store.
Is on sale.
Achieve the ultimate.
Save up to 52% now and only now.
Through Monday at 9 at Harlem.
Harlem Furniture.
You'll like our style.
Having trouble coming to terms with the new car you really want? Well, now your Lincoln Mercury dealer makes it easy.
Now lease Mercury Sable for only $249 a month for 24 months, or buy and get $1,000 cash back. Either way, Sable features the most fuel-efficient V6, 6-passenger comfort, standard dual airbags, and more. So lease for $249 or buy and get $1,000 cash back.
See, now coming to terms has never been easier. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
It's savings time at Jewel's 25-cent sale. Just look what a quarter will buy. The perfect sandwich maker, Jewel White Bread. A 16-ounce loaf is only 25 cents. Enjoy a taste of the tropics. Golden ripe bananas are 25 cents a pound. And for a delicious main course, try fresh government-inspected Jewel quartered chicken legs. Just 25 cents a pound. At Jewel's 25-cent sale.
These jurors made a decision that outraged a community. Is there any justice in Santa Fe? Watch Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, Monday at 3 on Channel 7.
Catch all the fun and excitement of America's favorite game show. Join Pat and Vanna for the Wheel of Fortune, weeknights at 6:30 on 7.